My honeybee. My apologies for the unforgivable passage of time since our previous correspondence. The old Republicans, such as Cicero, used to sketch warfare in such a crude manner. I imagine they wished for posterity to believe it was as simple as strapping on a cuirass and gladius, galloping in on a white stallion while trampling all who dared stand in the way. The truth of the matter is that warfare is a horrifically boring toil. The toughest aspect to it is far from having to avoid being hit with a javelin, but rather to keep your eyes open as Narcissus reads the daily list of deserters or the contents of a mule carriage. So far, I can confirm a few things for certain about Britannia. It is appallingly depressing. The weather is dour and the people still bathe in swamps and refuse to shave. I have high hopes, however. Uncle Julius transformed the Gauls into some of the most impressive members of the Roman people. As long as these Britons show the proper respect due to me, I have no doubt they shall become a welcome addition to the empire. Some of the tribes have been rather cordial, even bringing gifts. Worthless and primitive gifts, but gifts nonetheless. There is a saving grace in terms of natural beauty. The place we have made our main outpost is called Dover. The cliffs that stare out toward Gaul are choked in resplendent white. It is really rather marvellous. I have never seen anything quite like it. It would please me greatly if you could join me out here. I'm drowning in work, but just to touch your face would be a gift from the heavens. I've noticed some interesting trends among the Britons. They appear far more egalitarian than ourselves, even going as far as to follow women into battle. It is rather ridiculous, and the men cannot escape a giggle when they witness such a sight, though they regret killing them as the women are as stubborn as the menfolk. It appears the barbarians feel no need to hide in their worship of the other sex. Quite the opposite, they flaunt the strength of their women. It is a clever tactic. Our men will die laughing before they even have time to prepare their equipment. I laugh with them, of course. But I recall our previous conversations, and I know I am lying to myself. My master is you. Like the earth to the sun, I rotate around you. You are the highest deity in the pantheon. Perhaps there is more wisdom in the way the Britons see their women. Then again, why are they under my heel, praising the ground I walk on? Why are they not masters of the world? I think your previous statement of choice is rather apt in this situation. You either worship or are worshipped. There is no middle ground.
My mouse. Perhaps the Britons take their women on campaign because they will otherwise die of utter boredom. Pallas will not stop his incessant nagging. He is more of a wife to you than I am. Domina, it will be good of you to visit the hospital. Domina, you look miserable. The people wish to see your lovely smile. Domina, you have been in your room for days. On and on and on. I could strangle him if I was even remotely bothered to do so. I actually rather miss your stupid stutter. It is very adorable. I cannot help but pinch those lips of yours. Your silly little limp. How could any girl not want to cradle you up and kiss your hair? I have become horribly bored with parties. The same dull conversations and the dull, low-quality sculptures that pass for other people. It is as if Medusa has petrified my life, Though she dare not look into my own eyes, I would likely shatter her to pieces. Won't you quit that charade in that desolate place? Stop puffing up your chest to a bunch of primitives and entertain me. In all seriousness, though, there is something important I have to tell you. I wanted to have a proper conversation about it as soon as you came home, but it's obvious from your previous letter that is not happening anytime soon. A rather familiar condition has placed its bony fingers upon me. First, it started with sickness. I could not sleep without wanting to bring up my dinner. I'm exhausted constantly, despite not being able to sleep. I want to gorge on oysters every minute of every hour. My belly has become swollen, and despite my best efforts to conceal it, the comments on my weight indicate my failure. All the priestesses and midwives have confirmed it. I'm pregnant again, and have been for some time. There is a little Claudius or another little Messalina growing inside of me, and I'm frightened. Yes, I can hear you snickering at that. For the second time in my miserable little existence, I am afraid, and I need you with me. I cannot compose symphonies of my love to you. I cannot sing the verse of my heart. My gift is my bite. My talent is to scathe and belittle. I suppose this is why I despise being a mother, so I doubt the child will come to love me as you have. As it is, little Octavia stares upon me as if I was a stranger. I barely have more than 2 words to say to the girl because just looking upon her face sends chills rippling through my skin. It is not that I dislike the girl. I just fear I may become like your own mother. What an irony that would be. Do you believe people can change so drastically, Claudius? That a girl can transform from parties and boys to locking up their daughter and to slowly starve to death? Because you are proof that people can do so. You said you would conquer new land, and you did, proved me and everyone that knew you completely wrong. That scares me. I don't like change. Proteus could not be held down by anyone except Menelaus because he would not stop changing form. He could not rely on the image he projected of himself, for none but one were true. But like Proteus, we must shapeshift to survive. I accept that and understand it. The unpredictability of it still makes me nauseous, though.